My name is Brian DeHunt. I am 25 years old. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to talk on TEDx. It's been a dream of mine for a long time to be able to discuss concussions and what I ended up going through. The hardest part that I had to deal with was seeing the look in people's faces. The constant question, are you okay? And it's hard to take when you're at that stage of your life, when you're trying to figure out who you are. The world doesn't see anything but a hurt and damaged person. And so you start to believe it. You start to believe that there's no hope. You start to believe that there's nothing you can do. The only place that I felt safe was on the golf course, because the golf course didn't judge me. The golf course didn't look at me funny, which sounds really strange, but I felt safe. I felt like I belonged. I was at the point where having a conversation, I would forget what we were talking about in the middle of the sentence. I'd have to ask, what was I trying to say? Stories became fragments of my mind. In my mind, the story was there, but my words never articulated what I was trying to say. With every concussion, I learned a little bit, which sounds crazy. I got a little bit stronger and I got a little bit smarter. And that's completely counterintuitive to what we think about concussions today. There's a gap that needs to be bridged between what doctors know and what patients are going through. My hope and my dream is to one day be able to connect the two. It truly does fix itself, and it's phenomenal to watch and it's phenomenal to experience, but you'd never know unless you're aware of it. And my goal is not to criticize doctors. My goal is not to say that they're not doing their job. My goal is to say that there is a process. When you go to the doctor's office and they say, you're going to be okay, that is a huge change. Because right now, when you go to the doctor, you're not okay. And I went so dark and so far from who I was, and had to turn around and look and barely see light. The way I like to describe it is that I became a child. In a 20-year-old body, I was a child, observing the world like I had just opened my eyes for the first time. And once I did that, the world didn't seem so scary anymore. The world seemed interesting. My best friends, they got the brunt of it. They would sit there and listen to these crazy theories I had and these crazy ideas. At the time, I didn't even understand it, but I needed to speak. And they were there to listen, and they were there to critique me, and they were there to tell me where I was going wrong and what sounded good. But the only thing left for us to discover is ourselves. And the concussions gave me an opportunity to do that. A smile goes a long way. And that's what I've titled this talk, is Smile For Me Now. Because all it takes is one smile and one person to make a huge impact in your life.